আসসালামু আলাইকুম প্রিয় ভাই ও বন্ধুরা, আপনারা যে যেখানে আছেন, বাংলাদেশ কিংবা পৃথিবীর যে প্রান্ত থেকেই আমাদের সাথে আছেন, আপনাদের সবাইকে জানাচ্ছি আন্তরিক ভালোবাসা ও অভিনন্দন। আজকে তাদের কাছে একটা রিভার্স স্টোরি নিয়ে হাজির হয়েছি। যে আগে অন্য ধর্মে ছিল, তারপর সে মুসলমান হয়েছে। সো তার স্টোরিটা আসলে খুবই অ্যামেজিং। এই ধরনের স্টোরি যদি ঘরে ঘরে হইতো তাহলে দুনিয়াটা অনেক সুন্দর হয়ে যেত। এই চিন্তা করেই ভাবলাম, আচ্ছা এই স্টোরিটা তো শেয়ার করা যেতে পারে। তো তাকে এই জন্য নিয়ে আসলাম এবং আপনাদের কাছে আজকে পরিচয় করাবো। চলেন তাহলে তার সাথে পরিচিত হয়ে। Would you mind to, I told my audience, Bengali speaking audience or whoever watching from anywhere in the world, I just explain them your story, which is amazing story. Would you mind to introduce yourself, and then we will share the story one after one?
Yeah,
Is it okay?
yeah, absolutely. So, hi guys, my name is Callum. I grew up near Cambridge, and I'm English. I'm a bit of Irish as well, and I moved to London when I was about 22, about two years or so now. And I converted to Islam probably at some point over the past. It was really a process as you were going, but I think I first started taking interest about summer 2021. I think that was the first time I ever stepped on a prayer mat, and really I started praying for myself and going to masjid more throughout 2022, and now we just passed Ramadan. It's my third Ramadan that I've completed, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. So that's really been the start of my journey so far.
Alhamdulillah, brother. Congratulations to our religion,
Yeah,
Thank
you.
Yeah. Now, how did you find Islam?
My experience as I was coming up, university, I lived with a few Muslim brothers, and they, bless them, they were not quite on the path at that point. They were believers, but they were struggling with their deen. But when I talked to them about it, it's like they were obviously not doing all the best things they could. But when I talked to them about a lot of things to do with Islam, I could see the intent was there. I could see what they believed and how they had that. They wanted to be better. They wanted to be born with Deen. And it's something that I'm not very familiar with, to be honest, from where I grew up. Like, very Christian area where I grew up, and it's a very different mentality, I'd say, of the religions. It's like there's a lot more do wrong, bad will come onto you, whereas Islam is Allah is very forgiving. And everyone, even when they're doing bad, they want to do good. And seeing that it was very inspiring. I also had other friends who were a bit more on the deen. They were very inspiring. They answered all my questions. Just amazing people. And that really sort of set me on the path to being curious about Islam and wanting to. The more I learned, the more I felt like I did believe.
MashaAllah, brother. Obviously, you have mentioned you had a Christian friend circle, so I assume you were Christian before. What was your religion before that?
So for me, my religion, it was more, I say we grew up in a Christian community. It wasn't very like strict Christian. It was very just, that was the standard, I'd say, for the area. But most people I know were either atheist or agnostic. Growing up, there wasn't many people who would go to church and so on. And for me, personally, my family, my dad grew up Catholic, but he stepped away from that, and so he was very atheist agnostic, and my mum was always been very agnostic, and she didn't know. And so for me, my religion growing up, I guess, was again similarly agnostic. I would, at the time, before I even knew what agnostic was, I would call it atheist because I didn't really know the difference. But I would say all this, but I would still, in times of trouble, I would still always go, oh God, can you please help me out at this time? And so that's why I always felt like, even though I would say I didn't follow anything, I didn't follow the books or anything like that, I would still say I had some kind of belief that there was something out there that can change your fate in a second. And so it was a privileged position just to be able to pick and choose what you wanted to believe and when you would ask for help from where we came from. But that was really how I grew up until I started to learn more, and I realized that I could piece together my belief in those times of trouble. It was not just there then. I only chose to listen, in effect.
Nice to hear your story. So I can see that you came from a Christian background, but then obviously somehow that religion was not making sense to you. Then you find to be a atheist or agnostic, whatever. So lovely. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. How long are you Muslim?
Since mid 2021 was the first time I started to try and pray. Anyway, as I went with some of my friends trying to figure out, and it's very powerful that when I first stepped on a prayer mat was a feeling I don't think I'll never be able to describe. But I'd say when I was practicing more properly, I'd say about two years or so now. Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years. Maybe a little bit over, but yeah, very light.
Wow, mashallah, brother.
Thank you.
Did you have any Muslim friends, or do you have any Muslim friends right now?
Yeah. So no, as I mentioned before, I had some friends at university. They were Muslim, but of course not the most pious at the time. I've also had other Muslim friends at university, and right now it's like when I started working in London, I had a few colleagues. They were Muslim as well, and they were, mashallah, they were much better. They even inspired me to be even better as well. So really good people, and people that I have around me in my circle right now.
Mashallah. So your mom came from Jewish background. Now, as you're Muslim right now, your mom probably know now what is Muslim, what they believe. You know, because as Jew, they know that we believe in Moses, we believe Abraham, we believe Jesus. I mean, we believe all the prophets, all the Jewish.
Yeah.
They were Muslim. We believe they were Muslim. They're born in a Jewish tribe. You know. So she knows this now.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's like by the time it got to her generation, there was no Judaism anymore. It was only, I think, like my great granddad on my granddad's side. So yeah. But she knows, and she's familiar. She's very, alhamdulillah. My mom has been very accepting. She's been very catered. Like even in our family, like traditional Irish farmers, we eat a lot of pork usually as kids. But then when I was like, oh, I don't eat pork anymore, and she's always been like, oh, it's okay, I'll get these other different meats for you, and it's okay. And so I really appreciate that about her. It's like there's always she went out of her way to make sure that I was comfortable.
Alhamdulillah for everything. Allah made your life easy for you, but obviously we can see lots of convert. I mean, we say rebirth. They faced too much struggle, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But your story is completely unique, amazing story.
I've been very lucky.
Your family, everyone is like accepting and welcoming. This is how it should be, because we have to accept others' choice as long as he's adult, he's not a kid, you know. So this is what my message as well, to tell people, look, in my family or in your family, maybe you believe one religion, but your son is going to believe another religion. Let him do it. Everyone has a choice, has to be logical and rational. What's your experience with the Muslim community?
My experience with the Muslim community has been it's been great so far, to be honest. Like whenever I've gone into like masjids, obviously it's like I look a bit strange when I walk into the masjid, but people are always so understanding, so catering. Like many times I've had like I finished up my prayer, and it's all come up and be like, oh, make sure you do this, don't worry, alhamdulillah, make sure you just do these little things or focus on that. And I really appreciate that. It's always been very welcoming, very non-judgmental, very, no one's been saying like, oh, you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing this. It's very been like, oh, it's great all you've done so
Everyone
far.
Everyone is being helpful to
you. Of course, exactly. And part of the reason why another reason why I reverted is just from hearing about all of the charitable, the extents people in the Muslim community go for people in the name of Allah, basically. It's beautiful, to be honest. Like all the things, even in Bangladesh, like I've had Bangladeshi friends, they tell me all about all the things, the philanthropic things that goes over there, and all the giving, all the building mosques on, giving away land and schools. It's really inspiring, especially from a culture which is a lot more selfish and individualistic, I'd say, overall.
Alhamdulillah, brother. Yeah, basically Muslims, we believe in brotherhood. Once you become Muslim, you came in one same nation. We all, you know, we believe that we are brothers. We have to help each other. We have to love each other more than ourselves. This is how it is. So, like, we help our brother. When our Prophet said that your one part of your body feel pain, whole body feel pain, isn't it? So same way in Muslim brotherhood.
Mm.
It's like we have to feel the pain, other brothers' problem, trying to help each other, making supplication,
Mm.
prayer for them to God. We're gonna say those Muslims who born as a Muslim but not practicing.
I always find it a little awkward to speak, to be honest, on those who are born Muslims, because I did a lot of shameful things, to be honest, when I was younger. I was not doing the best things. So I cannot imagine, that's before I had that sort of accountability, I guess. And so I can't imagine what it's like for all of those who, they go through life and they get distracted by this dunya. They get distracted by all of the things that they see everyone else doing and thinking, should I be following the deen? And so that's why they often go off the rails. And I feel like it's very difficult for me to sit and say, because my experience of the Islamic community has been incredible so far. And I don't know what has led to people to believing to step away and not practice. But what I would say is, I'm sure most of the time why people step away would be for things that happen in this world and for people. But if you, and what I found when I was reverting was, when you strip it back to just what the pillars are, what the base of Islam, what the belief in Allah and His path is, a lot of those things which have caused you to step away from the deen, they're not due to what the deen actually is. It's due to the people in this world who have corrupted that image for you. And so I would say just get back to the deen and get back to what it really means to be a Muslim. Because often people, when they're growing up, they step away, they get carried away by something else. But you can always step back, and that's one of the beautiful things about it. If because I've heard that all reverts, all the Muslim community, when they come to me, they say, "MashaAllah, it's like you're a revert, you got such a better path because you came back." I've done bad things. I've done lots of bad things, and I still need to continue to get better. But that acceptance of those who have done bad things because they believe in the intention to go forward, I think is beautiful. It's something that really everyone can take part in, even if they are stepping away and not practicing for the time being. There's always a way back.
Yes, brother. People has excuses. Like obviously, you reverted Muslim. Allah has forgiven all the sin once you declared the faith. This is true. You were sinless Muslim from that day. Same way, because our belief, most of the people, even I have a shortcoming as well. We have a shortcoming, everyone. We have to keep our faith too strong to God. That even I have committed sin, as soon as I ask forgiveness, God will forgive. Because He is the most forgiving.
Exactly.
Because of a man of little faith. You know, if you see the Bible where Jesus was telling His disciple, ye man of little faith, you know, telling His people, His nation, ye man of little faith. I mean, we have little faith. That's why. Actually, God is most forgiving. He is the most merciful. He is 99 times more merciful than your mother.
99 might be short.
Because Allah has 100, let's say 100 times mercy, yeah? What He did, He shared just one person to the whole world. That one person mercy, yeah, are being used by the animals. You can see the lion is feeding his kid because that mercy came from God. Your mom is saying, you are my son. She can do anything for you. And that is the only one person. So 99% God has kept for the day of judgment, according to the hadith. And so if we ask forgiveness, God will forgive. I'm very happy to hearing your story. What's your experience about the prayer? Do you pray 5 times?
Prayer is beautiful to me. It's like I aim to pray 5 times a day. It's like, as all of us, it's like sometimes it's I really need to do better, and I always think like I need to pray more and more. And so, I usually pray at least 3-4 times a day, and so I need to. At last, like picking up for Fajr, it's like it's not something I'm proud of, but that's why I even say it over video. I'm a little ashamed, but I feel like it's something to be transparent about, because prayer is beautiful, to be honest. It's something very powerful, sitting on that mat, thinking about what you're whispering under your breath, how far it's going away, and you're speaking from the heart. And so I think we can be honest that often that we can get carried away by life and we forget our prayers, but it is beautiful, and it's what helps you show to Allah your belief. And
your connection is increasing.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're praying 5 times a day, God is calling you to talk to Him. Imagine 5 times a day He is saying, come and rectify yourself. Because during day when you do job, when you go to work, when you do so many things for our daily life, whatever we do, we actually commit lots of sin, like backbiting, maybe a backbiting, sometimes we lying, lots of things is happening. Maybe you have bad thought comes in mind during whole day. So when you go prayer, what happening? You are actually rectifying yourself, because when Imam, the leader, he is reciting the surahs, he is picking some surahs from the Quran where there are lots of messages. God is talking to a human being. Let's say in one surah, God is talking like this: is there anybody here wants to eat the flesh of dead brother? They are those who do backbiting. So when you hear this surah, you will rectify, oh my God, what I'm doing. So it's like you are reprogramming yourself. You have been programmed with something, then reprogram. Do you have any plans to go to Mecca one day?
Yes, absolutely. I think when I was speaking to those on Umrah before, it is the goal. It's the place where you're supposed to go, and it is 100%. I can't imagine something more beautiful than life, to be honest, than walking around Mecca and the whole pilgrimage.
Fantastic. I'm glad that you have a plan. I also have a plan. I was also waiting to go. Me, my brother, my father, my mom, we're all planning to go together. Yeah, we're planning to go as well. That's gonna be exciting, bro. When you go there, believe me, you will feel like you came somewhere. That the world is meaningless to you. All the houses, all the things you see, all the luxury, all the comfort, it's nothing.
Everyone's the same there.
Yeah, man. Because you are going there, you are like getting connection with heavenly things. You know? Well, a few more things I will say in Bangla. প্রিয় ভাই ও বোনেরা, তার যে স্টোরিটা, এটা আমাদের জন্য একটা শিক্ষণীয় বিষয়। এই যে তার এখানে লন্ডনে সে গ্রো আপ, লন্ডনে বড় হয়েছে, সে এই দেশে বড় হওয়ার পরে আমাদের ধর্মে আসছে, আমাদের ধর্মটাকে সে কত সিরিয়াসলি নিছে, এবং আমাদের ধর্ম পাওয়ার পরে মনে হয়েছে যেন আসমানের চাঁদ হাতে পাওয়ার মতো, এত খুশি। তো যেখানে আমরা মুসলমান হিসেবে জন্ম, মুসলমান হিসেবে বড় হইতেছি, কিন্তু আমাদের ধর্মটাকে মূল্যায়ন করতেছি না, আল্লাহকে চিনতে পারতেছি না, যার ফলে আমাদের এরকম হয়েছে। আমরা আমাদের ধর্মটাকে পালন করতেছি না, 5 ওয়াক্ত নামাজ পড়তেছি না। তো সবার উদ্দেশ্যে এটাই বলবো, তার এই স্টোরিটা শেয়ার করার উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে আপনাদেরকে মোটিভেট করা। আমি নিজেও মোটিভেট হতে চাই। হ্যাঁ, এগুলো যখন দেখি তখন নিজের মাঝে একটা অন্যরকম ফিলিংস আসে, আল্লাহর প্রতি ভরসাটা আরও বাইরে যায়। সো এতটুকুই আজকের জন্য। ভালো থাকবেন, পরবর্তীতে আবার কথা হবে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম। হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।